Welcome to our newest listing in Santa Clara. I am standing at 2231 Menzel Place. This street's very familiar to me. We've, over the years, have sold a decent amount of properties on this street, which is bisected by Los Padres in Santa Clara. The location of the home, if you think about it, is between Cambrian and Warburton on Menzel. And on a bigger scope, it would be between Monroe and El Camino in Santa Clara. But let me show you a little bit more about this home. So it's over 1,100 square feet of living space on a lot that's over 5,000 square feet. The general consensus for this area lot sizes are around 52, 5,400 square feet. So that's average for this neighborhood. Many of these homes are on a slab. Now this one is not on a slab, but you'll notice that a lot of the properties in this neighborhood can have a crawl space and some may be on a slab. They were all built in the mid-50s. This one in particular was built in 1954, 3 bed, 2 bath, and I believe it's 1,182 square feet to be exact. What I love about this neighborhood is being in close proximity to Nvidia, ServiceNow, Intel. Apple Park is just that way. If you just you can take Monroe down to the Apple headquarters over there as well. So you're very centrally located. Outside of that, you have Central Expressway that'll connect you with Mountain View area. You have Los Padres over here, and you have San Tomas Expressway and Lawrence Expressways as well. So you have a huge network of different streets and surface streets and Highway 101 to get you to your location. So that's really what I like about this central location. On top of that, that way, a quarter mile is the elementary school, half a mile this way is the middle school. So let's come on in and I'll show you a little bit more about this property and the layout. Now we're gonna walk into the living room over here. The seller had not updated the HVAC system, so you'll notice this baseboard heating. So there is no AC in the property, and the heating system is right over here. So if somebody wanted to have, let's say, AC air conditioning in the property, you'd want to do all the ducts into an HVAC system where you can have heating, centralized heating, and centralized AC as well. And then at that point, you can just throw a condenser out back, right? And you're ready to rock and roll. When I see a property like this, the first thing that also jumps out at me is the open floor concept. Let's just say you knock this wall down, you can totally open this kitchen up. Back then, decades ago, when they designed and built these homes, a lot of them were compartmentalized, right? The kitchen was in the corner, living room, everything was kind of structured off. And these days, a lot of people appreciate the open floor concept. So for something like this, you can totally knock this down, put a kitchen island, update the countertops. The countertops are a little bit older, so I'd love to show you guys those. And then what somebody can work on if they wanted to upgrade these. I personally would think of more of like a granite countertop on this side, opposed to these older ones, that you have grout issues with. If you were to make this, let's say granite all the way across, and then have the brand new range system too. Let's say a Viking stove or something like that. I mean, that would be really, really good. So let's walk on in. We went over the kitchen. I wanted to show you folks the utility room over here as well, where you have your washer, you have your dryer, as you can see, and you have your water heater, which should be properly strapped, and that one. And yeah, so I don't see too many utility rooms in Santa Clara, so that's always a nice perk. And then you have your self-explanatory, your 2-car garage. This one's a little bit more tight, and probably because of the storage that they have on both sides flanking the garage, it's a little bit more tight for 2 standard sized cars. So that's something to take into consideration, depending on how much you value that storage, you might want to take that out. That is the garage area. And we went over the living room. So let's walk on over here into the bedrooms and bathrooms. They're all located on this side of the house, right? So this bedroom over here, this is the first one off to the street. These are single pane windows. I'd highly recommend to the buyer upgrading these windows. It'll be great for insulation. It'll keep the heating and cooling elements inside the home, and it also reduces noise. So the noise reduction aspect of those double pane windows is phenomenal. We've sold properties that were really close to train tracks, right? Think of just north of Monroe. There's a train that runs down over there. Caltrain has recently electrified those lines, which is great. I believe they electrified them at the end of September. Prior to that, we had some clients that put in triple pane windows, just to minimize any noise pollution that they would get from the trains. And they told me that it worked out well for them. So that was always good to know. First thing I noticed when I saw this room, I thought it would be great to be an office. You know, let's say you have 2 desks, 2 spouses are working remotely half of the week. This would be ideal for that. You got a bookshelf right here, so you can totally conduct your Zoom calls facing this direction. Now, not everyone has that type of work schedule, but for someone like me, that would be ideal. This bedroom as well has the single pane windows. I'd highly recommend the insulation on that to increase those. So these are the 2 bedrooms right here off to the street. I'd love to show you guys the kitchen. I'm sorry, the bathroom over here as well. So standard sized bathroom with the window across over there. And last but not least, here's your primary bedroom. This one is going to be towards the backyard, as you can see. It's nice to have a walk-in closet with an outlet over here too. I never understood why folks wanted to have an outlet. And then my wife really opened my eyes to these things with why people want to have an outlet in closets. And so far, having a Dyson vacuum settled here and that being able to plug in there was ideal. And that's why folks like to have outlets in the closets, which didn't really make sense to me until she pointed that out. The bathroom is a little bit smaller, so with a stand-up shower. That's directly off the bedroom too. And here you go. Here's your attic's crawl space up there. You have access to the attic from that top. And this is again that heating system that I mentioned. The HVAC, converting this, you know, maybe you can even run the pipes above the home. You can totally make this happen by having centralized heating and air, which I'd recommend for quality of life. And last but not least, the backyard. Nice, relaxing, it's pretty self-explanatory. I did notice that this property doesn't have the exact pole of the PG&E, you know, the power lines on the property, which is always nice, so you don't have to worry about maintenance coming out back to service that. That's always ideal. It's a beautiful day here in Santa Clara. We're just a few miles away from Levi Stadium. My name is Nima Moridi. I really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching this video. My phone number is down over here. And if you have any questions about real estate, whether it's buying, selling, or leasing commercial space, I am here for you. Feel free to reach out, and thank you again for watching this video.